Hello, year 7. Long time since I've spoken to you. I hope you've been enjoying the work on flowcharts and the Olympics. A nice little break from doing the other work on percentages and fractions, which I know some of you found quite hard. We're starting a new topic today. Okay, so something you should be familiar with. We're going to be working with angles. Okay, so everything in this video needs to go into your maths book. So if you put the heading angle facts, we will also do measuring and drawing, but that's going to be difficult when we're not together, so we'll leave that until we're back in school. So heading angle facts, and hopefully from primary you know the 4 types of angle, so we can start there. Okay, 4 main types of angle. If you want to pause the video and have a little think at any stage, or pause the video while you write something down, that's fine by me, and then just play when you're ready. Okay, so the 4 main types of angle are, so we've got acute angles. Okay, so those are angles which are smaller than 90 degrees. Okay, and I've got a drawing of one there, so make sure this all goes in your book. Then we've got right angles, so like the corner of a square or a rectangle, and they are exactly 90 degrees, so they make like a perfect L shape. Okay, so any smaller than that is an acute angle. If you go bigger than that, you make an obtuse angle. Okay, and I've got another drawing there, so that is bigger than 90 degrees and up to 180 degrees. If I kept going until it was a flat line, it would be 180 degrees. And then if we keep going further around, the biggest types of angle you can make are reflex angles, and these are angles which are bigger than 180 degrees, and they look a little bit like Pac-Man, the old computer game there. Okay, so if you need to pause the video to write stuff down, do that, and when you're ready, press play. So those are the 4 main types of angle to get us started. Okay, but what it says there is that there are other facts about angles that we can use to work out missing angles. So a big part of maths is being given some angles in a shape or a diagram and being able to work out other angles to go with it. Okay, and we call that angle facts, and you just have to sort of learn these facts as you go through school and put them all together at the end to work out missing angles. Okay, so little side head in there, angles on a straight line, and they look like that. Okay, so the 2 red lines are my straight line, and then I've got some angles on the straight line, sort of sitting on the top. So on the left I've got 2 angles next to each other, and on the right I've got 3 angles next to each other. So I could colour these in, look. So there's one angle, and that's a different angle next to it, and over here I'll have a red one, I'll have a green one in the middle. So it's 3 angles, but they look like, when you put them together, they look like half a circle, a semicircle. Okay, now if you know how many degrees are in a full circle, 1 full turn, which is 360, it must mean that there are 180 degrees in half a circle, and so the rule is that angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Okay, right, so what we'll do, if you get them drawn in your book, and we'll do these 2 as examples, and then you can have a go at a couple on your own. Right, so if I said that this angle, now it's obtuse, so it's bigger than 90, so if I said this angle was 109 degrees, how do I work out the blue one? Well, if they make 180 when they're together as a pair, you take 109 away from 180. Okay, so 180, take away 109, I'm going to have to borrow to do this, look, because I can't do 0 take away 9. 10 take away 9 is 1. 7 take away 0 is 7, and 1 take away 1 is nothing. So the missing angle, and we sometimes call it x, is 71 degrees. Okay, and I know that's right because 109 plus 71 makes 180. Okay, right, when you've got 3 angles, and what I'll do is I'll say the one in the middle is x, the missing one, and we'll say that this angle here is 67 degrees, and we'll say that the blue one's a little bit bigger, but it's still acute, so less than 90. We'll say this one is 73 degrees. And I want to work out the green one, which is x. So how do I do that? Well, first of all, I'm going to need to add up 67 and 73 to see how many degrees I've got so far. So 67, add 73. So 7 add 3 is 10, so 0, carry the 1. 6 add 7 is 13, plus 1 is 14. So we've got 140 degrees so far. So how many degrees are we missing? So to do that, we need to do 180, take away the 140 from what we added up. So 0 take away 0, I don't need to borrow for that. 8 take away 4 is 4. 1 take away 1 is nothing. So the missing angle must be 40 degrees. Okay. So it's just adding up. Sometimes you don't even have to add up if there's only two angles there to start with, but adding up and taking away from 180. So get them in your book as examples. And then what I'd like you to do is pause the video and have a go at these two questions. And when you're ready, press play when you've got your answer. Okay, for the one on the left then, we've got only two angles, so I don't need to do any adding up, it's just taking away. So 180, take away 72, I'm going to have to borrow because I can't do 0 take away 2. 10 take away 2 is 8, 7 take away 7 is nothing, 1 take away nothing is 1. So the missing angle x is 108 degrees. Okay. For the one on the right, I will have to do some adding up because there's three angles. Now you might recognise the little square from earlier. So what you wrote down first of all in this lesson, you wrote down that an acute angle was less than 90 and a right angle was exactly 90, and we draw right angles with a little square. So that's a 90-degree angle there. Anytime you see a square for an angle, it means 90, even if it doesn't say 90. Okay, so to answer this one then, I'm going to have to add up the two angles that I've got and then take away from 180. So I'm going to add up the green one and the blue one. So that's 90, add 56. So 0 add 6 is 6, 9 add 5 is 14. So we've got 146 degrees so far from adding up. And now I take it away from 180. And I'm going to have to borrow. There's a lot of borrowing in this topic. So 10 take away 6 is 4. 7 take away 4 is 3. 1 take away 1 is nothing. So the missing angle x must be 34 degrees. So I hope you got those two right. Okay, so that's angles on a straight line. Okay, then we move on to angles around a point. So pause the video and see if you can draw that for me. So I've got a little red dot in the middle, which is where all my lines come from, and I've got three different angles there. Okay, I've got a blue one, a red one, and a green one, and they make a full circle. So that must mean that they add up to 360 degrees this time. Okay, it doesn't matter whether there's two angles, three angles, four angles, five angles. If they go all the way round and make a full circle, then they must add up to 360 degrees. Okay, so if we use this one as an example, once you've got it drawn, so I'll say that the red one is our missing angle x, a little curly algebra x. This angle is acute, I'll call it 116 degrees, and this angle is actually a reflex, it's more than 180, I'm going to say it's 192 degrees. Okay, you'll always be given the other angles in a question like this. Okay, so how do we work it out? Well, it's really similar to the ones you were just doing, except when we add up, we don't take it away from 180, we take it away from 360. So 116 add 192. So if we add these together, 6 add 2 is 8, 9 add 1 is 10, so 0, carry the 1, 1 add 1, and the 1 underneath makes 3. So 308 degrees. So you wouldn't be able to take it away from 180 anyway. Okay, so that sort of should help. but we can take it away from 360. So 360, take away 308. And again, you'll have to do some borrowing because of the 0 on the top row. So 10 take away 8 is 2. 5 take away nothing is 5. 3 take away 3 is nothing, so I won't write it in. And we've got 52 degrees left for our missing angle. Okay, so 192 plus 116 plus 52 makes 360, one full circle, one full turn. Okay, right, when you're ready then, I want you to have a go at these two questions. I'll move that down a little bit. So pause the video, draw them, and see if you can work out the missing angle X for each question. And when you're ready, press play and we'll see how you got on. Okay, for the question on the left then. So this is the one we're working out. And we've got 3 other angles given to us. So we'll have to start by adding up those 3 other angles. So 141, 88, and 57. Make sure you've got your columns lined up. So units with units, tens with tens, and hundreds, if there were any others lined up as well. So 1 add 8 is 9, and 7 makes 16. 4 add 8 is 12. 5 makes 17. The one underneath makes 18. 1 and 1 underneath is 286. To work out the missing angle, we take that away from 360 because they make a full turn. So 360 take away 286, borrow. 10 take away 6 is 4. 5 take away 8 I can't do, so borrow again. 15 take away 8 is 7. And 2 take away 2 is nothing. So the missing angle, hopefully you've got 74 degrees. Okay, for the one on the left. And the one on the right, a bit sneaky in there again, look, that's a 90-degree right angle. So you have to include that when you do your adding up. So first of all, let's add up the 203 and the 90. Be careful with your columns. So 0, 3 add 0 is 3, 0 add 9 is 9, and then we've got a 2 on its own. So we've got 293 degrees so far, and then take that away from 360, borrow. 10 take away 3 is 7, borrow again because I can't do 5 take away 9. 15 take away 9 is 6, 2 take away 2 is nothing, so I can leave that blank. The missing angle is 67 degrees. Okay, so the main things to know from this lesson then is that if you've got angles on a straight line, they make half a circle, so 180 degrees. If you've got angles around a point, so they make a full circle, they add up to 360. And then it's just a lot of adding up and taking away, as long as you add up and take away from the right number for the right picture. Okay, so I'm going to give you a Google form to have a go at now with some questions on. Work in your book, and when you're ready, type your answers into the Google form and see how you get on.